Solving equations using the balance method. Solving using a flowchart is fine, at least for the sorts of equations we've dealt with so far. But to progress towards solving more complex equations, we really need to solve using the balance method. The basic idea of the balance method is that an equation is like a set of scales. What's on one side of the equal sign is the same as what's on the other side of the equal sign. So in the case of a balance as a set of scales, the weight of this big circle would be equal to the weight of these other objects over here. So the idea is, if we either add or subtract from this side, we'd need to do the same to the other side. And that's what we mean by the balance method. Some equations, those with x in multiple places in the equation, cannot be solved using a flowchart, at least not to start with. Once you've done a couple of steps, you usually get to a point where you could use a flowchart. The basis of the balance method, as we discussed briefly over here, is that anything we do to one side of the equation, you have to do exactly the same to the other side. You need to identify and use inverse operations. Until you get proficient with the balance method, you can use a flowchart to help you with the steps, at least when the flowchart is applicable.